If mimes didn't play with their balls, we would not have video games. Hi internets, and welcome to a complete history of video games. Today we're going from 15th century France to 1950s NYC to discover the entire history of gaming. So our story starts in 15th century France. Yeah, right, I know, France of all places. The country that produces such important video games like ABBA, You Can Dance. But it was 15th century France that produced Bagatelle. Now Bagatelle was a simple game. You used a cue stick to shoot a ball into one of 9 holes, scoring points thusly. Presumably, Bagatelle was primarily played by mimes riding pterodactyls. But it wasn't until 1778, during America's Revolutionary War, that these mimes brought Bagatelle to America. It was these mimes on pterodactyl back that were pivotal in defeating the British aristocrats riding stegosauruses. I'm not sure. But it wasn't until 1931 that David Gottlieb adapted Bagatelle into a game called Baffleball. Baffleball had the same basic setup as Bagatelle. You'd pop in a nickel to shoot a little metal ball into one of 9 holes, keeping score in your head. Baffleball was a massive success, more popular than Jesus turning water into Jaeger bombs at an underage house party. And with any massive success, soon came imitators, producing off-brand Baffleball machines that would later become known as Pinball. Make no mistake, coin-operated gaming predates pinball by a considerable margin, but at the time, all the coin-op games were gambling devices. You'd pull a lever, hope you get 3 symbols in a row, and it would give you money. Baffleball introduced the concept that you pay to have fun, not for money. But it didn't take long for the coin-op industry's roots to catch up with pinball, and before we knew it, there were coin-operated pinball machines that also offered a payout. These quickly found themselves getting banned. In a famous example, New York City Mayor LaGuardia held a press conference to smash in several pinball machines. Often, the legislation drafted to ban the gambling-based pinball machines roped in regular pinball as well, beginning gaming's first battle for legitimacy, a battle which continues to this day. With the benefit of being from the future, we know that this is not where the story ends. Pinball is not banned. We all know it, we all love it. But David Gottlieb had a trick on his hands. He had to prove that pinball was a game of skill, not luck. It was an innovation made in 1947 that made pinball the game we know today. Flippers, evolving into the seafaring creatures we all know and love. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, that's just the LSD kicking in. Drug abuse. We'll be revisiting the themes of drug abuse later, won't we, Atari? Anyways, the addition of flippers was enough to convince most legislative bodies that pinball was not a gambling device. It was just a fun game you could play, allowing it past most laws. And this was the foundation from which the video games industry was built. Tell me, when was the last pinball game that you saw? Next week, we're going to go on Jerry Springer to get a paternity test for the video games industry and find the true father of gaming. Thank you for watching this inaugural episode of the Complete History of Gaming. For more videos, please hit the subscribe button, and if you like what we're doing here, go ahead and hit that little thumbs up button down there in the corner.